on a conversation by liking the video. And also, let's not forget to support the channel by super chatting in. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting that icon above. All right, back to it.
Like, women can be catty, but when men are wishy-washy and they stab people in the back, it hits different. And CNN, actually, which I guess Trump is watching for their polls, their reliable polls, put together a pretty brutal montage of Trump. Take a look at this.
I just mentioned a name, but a woman who I saw the other night on television just ripped some poor idiot apart. Megyn Kelly is here, and she's doing, come up here, Megyn. By the way, I'm having a great time up here. Are you having a good time? This guy, is he the greatest interviewer? Candace Owens, I watched her and I saw her coming. I said, you know, I'm pretty good at star power. I say, that's a star. I just want to finish by saying your reputation's amazing. I will not let you down. You will be very, very impressed.
So the obvious question is, what or who changed Donald Trump, right? How does one go from making friends with people, fighting beside people, promising, being very explicit in his guarantee, promising no new wars, right? No new wars in the Middle East. We're going to lower gas prices, to suddenly insider trading, right? That looks like that happened recently.
Yep.
Never ending wars. We're everywhere fighting.
Yeah, there was a bit of inside trading going on, especially with the oil prices on Kalshi and other markets as well, in the stock market, you know, oil futures, oil stocks and all that good stuff. So yeah, there was a bit of inside trading that got exposed
all the time, and we're never being told, no one's articulating a reason as to why we're going down to Venezuela, why we're speaking about Greenland, and all of a sudden, oh, okay, here we are going to Iran, despite the fact that nobody wants.
Okay, it was a whole lot of inside trading that was going on. I ain't gonna lie, it was like outright egregious, and billions of dollars was made.
To go, not even the people in the armed services. They don't know. Everybody is saying there's no need to do this, and yet he does it, right? Who is guiding that? Megyn Kelly is asking the right questions on Piers Morgan. Take a listen.
And so what led Trump, at 79 years old, to sit in there in that situation room when Bibi Netanyahu was seated as an equal?
Yeah.
Trump didn't even sit at the head of the table. Trump sat at the side of the table, and Bibi was across from him as an equal in the American Situation Room. What led him to sit there and buy what that guy was selling, hook, line, and sinker, when every other president was able to see through that liar? What was it? Because he was told the next day by our own top advisor.
When he started surrounding himself by the likes of, well, Lindsey Graham, Laura Loomer, and Mark Levin, that was it.
From the chairman of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of State to the vice president, that these are lies and that these objectives are not going to be attainable. Don't believe him.
Well, Megyn, I think Tucker actually has the right idea. So he published this letter, and I'm going to read it. He writes, he's in a tough spot, referring to President Donald Trump. Establishment media never reports this, but the Israeli government has a storied history of blackmailing U.S. presidents. Perhaps the most jarring example occurred in the 90s when Israel used recordings of Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, phone sex sessions as leverage to pressure Clinton into releasing convicted spy Jonathan Pollard from prison. We are not joking. That really happened.
Yeah, that actually did happen. Yeah, like blackmail was used to release Jonathan Pollard, who pretty much stole our secrets and sold it to the Russians. And this Jonathan Pollard guy was received by, well, Mike Huckabee, our ambassador to Israel, inside the embassy with opened arms. Crazy. A traitor to the United States, but a spy for Israel.
The phone sex story is worth remembering as President Trump attempts to end the Iran war. Like many other things Israel has done, it shows that America's special ally is willing to play very dirty to achieve its goals. Dark money, campaign contributions, extortion, physical threats, and even assassination. In their anti-Christian worldview, the end always justifies the means. They have no issue destroying lives. Israel's current top priority is making sure Operation Epic Fury does not stop. They know the U.S. fighting their war for them is the best chance at expanding their borders and becoming a global superpower, and a peace deal would foil their plot. Based on the country's past, its leaders are doubtlessly willing to push as hard and as necessary to ensure the bloodshed continues. That could mean Clinton-style blackmail against Trump or something far more morbid. We do not know for sure whether that is happening, but the mere possibility is haunting enough to keep the president up at night. He is under a level of pressure that most people cannot fathom, with rabid Israel firsters viciously harassing him anytime he dares to stray even slightly from their favorite country's agenda. Their shameless pursuit is steadfast enough to make even a man like Donald Trump go mad. They are as persistent as any group in history.
I mean, shoot, they made Charlie Kirk go mad. That man said I have no choice but to leave the pro-Israel lobby. It's like these guys playing to all the stereotypes. If I don't fully outright support Israel, they're going to start stripping away money and trying to destroy TPUSA. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. I mean, trust me, anybody who deals with these pro-Israel guys, you'd be done with them too, because you can't, like, you literally got to be a loyal servant of Israel as an American citizen. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, and nobody calls it out, because if you do, you're anti-Semitic or you just hate Israel. And I don't hate Israel. I just want Israel, to solve all their own problems. Like, bro, if they want to have greater Israel, like I said, let them do it. Just leave us out of it. If you think you can go ahead and take over all these Muslim countries and have the wrath of over 100 million Muslims upon you, well, maybe 200 million upon you, go do it. Good luck, but leave us out of it. Oh, and don't threaten us with a nuke or anything just because you're losing. Don't do that either. Like, because you love to do that for some reason when you put yourself in situations that you can't handle.
No matter how well the White House has treated them in the past, they are never grateful. They always want more, and they refuse to give the president even an inch of breathing room. It is an unrelenting full court press. We decided to write this after Trump published a Truth Social post attacking our company, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones, each of whom supported him for years. Rather than engaging in petty name calling, we want to give the president some grace. He is facing a level of pressure that is dark enough to make him abandon his campaign promises and morph into the precise kind of politician he once vowed to destroy. He would not have let that happen unless his personal stakes were really high. We hope he overcomes. It's very kind of them. It is good to have grace. Like I said, I don't feel angry at him. You can't be angry because there was nothing that landed. There was no truth in what he posted. Ironically, being posted on Truth Social. Who's going to be upset about Brigitte Macron is hot? There's something that is so fundamentally childish about what he published. Everybody who disagrees with me is low IQ. People can see which way the wind is blowing on this. And I do want to comment and share something that I hadn't shared before. And I don't know if it means something, but it's something that has always lived inside of me, which was something that Charlie Kirk told me before he passed, and something that Andrew Colbert confirmed to me. This is, again, when everybody was good, and obviously things are not the same between me and Andrew Colbert, because I don't believe him. I just don't believe him. But before it was announced that Miriam Adelson gave Trump $100 million. This was, I think it was announced in July or just before July of 2024. And I was told by Charlie that he and Andrew Colbert were present for that meeting with Donald Trump. And the reason that Charlie told me the story, and again, I could go back and try to figure out when exactly the discussion happened. I want to say it was May. So I knew that money went through, and I knew what she wanted in exchange for $100 million. What Charlie and Andrew Colbert told me was that she said that she wanted in exchange for Trump to allow them to annex not Gaza, but the West Bank. I was stunned by this. I think it has since made the news. But of course, this is like a totally different pretense than October 7th. Hamas is not in the West Bank, and that is what she wanted in exchange. After she said this to Trump,
which is crazy, because I remember when Trump said publicly that Israel would not occupy the West Bank, and then what does Israel go out do? Occupy the West Bank. The Knesset approves, which is basically Israel's Congress, approves the annexing of the West Bank. And there's been multiple deaths in the West Bank, including like a death of an American citizen that they never really investigated. But yeah, they are taking over the West Bank that has no Hamas in it whatsoever. Hamas is in Gaza, not the West Bank, but they don't care though, because this is all about expanding their territory.
Trump went, he was wherever Charlie was. Trump was adjusting his tie and looking in the mirror, and he said, I'm going to take her money and then I'll F her over. Okay. I am hearing this from Charlie, who was their first person, and Andrew, who confirmed this. Andrew was also there. That nobody else was there but Andrew and Charlie when Trump said this. A few weeks later, there was the Butler attempted assassination. And I find it very strange that Donald Trump is not interested or has appeared to be completely disinterested in determining who fired that shot. There were a lot of holes in that story. I didn't go down that rabbit hole. But I do know that once you assume office and you have the power to get more information and put more information out there, it's weird that he was satisfied just moving on from that. And I do remember watching Don Trump Jr. on stage when someone sort of prodded him on that and like, are you satisfied with the conclusion of what happened in Butler? That Donald Trump Jr. kind of said, I'm not, but my father is, and that's that. Like it just kind of got hushed up. And I had wondered in my mind if it got back to me that Trump said that, if it maybe got back to the Adelsons that Trump said that. You don't take $100 million from a family of, I would say, gangsters, right? You're in gambling. It's not exactly an industry. I'm talking about Sheldon. That's what they made the money on. You don't take that kind of money and then express to people that you're planning on just screwing the person over.
Bro, and here's the crazy thing about the Adelsons or Marion Adelson. So he designated what, $100 million, $200 million, and not to make America better, not to do anything for America, but to help them occupy more land in Israel. Crazy. Guys, let's make sure we're double tapping that screen and liking the video, guys. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get to 300 likes, and we can do that by you guys double tapping that screen. Appreciate the support, guys.
I just have a lot of questions about that, and it all transpired very quickly. And I just wanted to share that, especially in the context of Tucker saying we should have some grace, and clearly something happened and presidents have been assassinated in the past. And I do think that we have all noted this shift in him since Butler, Pennsylvania. Again, that is all I know. Not pointing the finger or assigning any blame, but I think we all have questions about how quickly Trump wanted to sort of close the book on Butler, Pennsylvania. And I will leave it at that. We know in many ways that Trump has done various deals with various kinds of devils. He is definitively surrounded by certifiable lunatics, one of them being Laura Loomer. And that's putting it mildly. I mean, she has been committed multiple times by her own family. She once chained herself to...
Laura Loomer, she's just a bigot at the end of the day. I mean, she hates everybody. She hates Indians, Muslims, Arabs. Black people. Bro, it don't really matter, to be quite honest with you. As long as, I'm be real with you, as long as you're not Jewish, or she's going to make fun of you. She's going to say something extremely racist. But honestly, she's been focusing mainly on the Muslims. And she used to be against Indians, but then as you've seen, Modi made nice with Israel. So now all of a sudden she loves India. Now you kind of see the flip-flop. If they're not all the way for Israel, she don't like them. So, yeah. So this is why she kind of hates Muslims so much. And this is why she pushes this whole, it's a Muslim takeover. The Islamists and the Tucker Carlson is Tucker Qatari son is like, bro, I'm sorry, but Tucker is more America first than you, Laura Loomer, who wants us to get into every conflict for Israel, who wants us to do everything for Israel. And you never actually stated not one America first. Honestly, not one America first policy that wasn't rooted in your support for Israel.
X to Twitter headquarters. It was actually Twitter when she did this, and wore a yellow star. She's not even Jewish. If you ask her to produce a photo of her bat mitzvah, she cannot, because she was not bat mitzvahed and she is not Jewish. It's just something she's playing the part of. It's one of her many personalities. And she proudly promotes the fact that she is one of Trump's closest advisor. A certifiable lunatic is one of his closest advisors. And
they gave her a press pass to the Pentagon.
She yesterday proudly promoted the fact that she was behind his tweet last night to me and Tucker and Meghan, but to Tucker Carlson in particular. Take a listen to her being braggadocious.
But the president has had enough of Tucker. And yeah, I'm just going to admit it. I sent the president Tucker Carlson's clip so he can see the that he says about him. I do. And I want that mother Tucker Carlson to know that I'm the one who knifed him from the front. I want him to know. I'm not talking about physical violence, physical knifing, but yeah, I'm the one that sent the president all your Tucker, because he deserves to see the fact that you are lying about him and you are smearing him and you are saying the most vile things about our country.
All right, that's great, Laura, but what did Tucker lie about Trump on again? Because Tucker never lied. He just had his commentary on what Trump has been saying, what Trump has been doing. That's not lying. But I mean, here's the thing though. They'll say, oh, he's lying, he's doing this, but they'll never state a lie that Tucker Carlson told.
And our president, and you are creating so much chaos. You're going to cause the Democrats to take the House and the Senate, and you are endangering our national.
Hey, shout out to my man Alex. He sent the high five for 100 joules. Appreciate the support, my man. For every 100 joules, that's $1. So I appreciate that.
Security by whitewashing this barbaric death cult ideology known as Islam. So I just hope that he knows that, yes, Tucker, there are.
Bro, you guys dramatically, I'm be real with you. The way you frame Islam, Laura Loomer, as if every Islamist is an ISIS member. That's how you literally frame Islam. And here's the problem. She don't ever differentiate between, all right, so you're saying all of them want to take over the world? Because that can't be true. Because why do we got a bunch of Muslim countries holding up our dollar right now and holding up our AI companies? How does that work for world domination on their part? If that was the case, and Muslims want to take over the world, there's 2 billion of them. I mean, they got a couple nuclear nations. So why not just go ahead and come together and be one big United States under Islam? Why not do that? Oh, and go to full war with us. Why not do that if that's the master plan? Because obviously you don't understand, well, the political tension in the Middle East and why they don't even F with each other for political and religious reasons. And that's the funny thing about these, like, well, I'm not Islam, people who are intolerant of Islam, because you ain't afraid of it, you're just intolerant of it. For these people who are so intolerant of Islam, they don't even know anything about it. They never read the book. They always take these little phrases out of context. They want to quote scholars that no other Islam no other person of or Muslim of no other Muslim takes seriously. It's like you really just can't do it with them. And if you guys want to sell this hateful ideology, you're not going nowhere with it. If anything, you're going to push more people to Islam than you're trying to bring out. Because that's what you do when you radicalize a religion. That's what you do when you radicalize a prophet. People go out there, they search for the truth, they realize that you guys were lying, and then they has the Jesus Christ effect. When Jesus, they try to have all types of lies about Jesus when he was first crucified. They try to say he wasn't the Son of God. He was this, that, and the third. He was evil. People went out there, spread the truth, and then now we got 2 billion Christians. You guys are about to give Islam the same fucking effect, and you don't even see it. And then if there is an Islamic takeover of this nation, it's gonna be because of y'all. It really is. And the fact that y'all want to complain while also not having kids, while these Muslim families have at least 5.
Are people out there who actually have the courage to take your drivel and take your bullshit to the president and to stand up against you. I don't know who Tucker Carlson thinks he is. He thinks he's so popular. Even President Trump today called him out and said he's like a third-rate podcaster. I don't know why Tucker Carlson thinks he's so special. He's not.
You're a third-rate podcaster. Like, to be honest with you, you're not bigger than Tucker Carlson. You're not bigger than Candace Owens. You're not bigger than any of the people that Trump named. Like, let's be honest, Laura Loomer. Like, nobody really knows who you are. People probably just discovering who you are today because I'm showing you.
It's not special. He is endangering the lives of Christians, of Catholics, of Jews, and all non-Muslims in the way that he continues to whitewash this death cult ideology and the way that he continues to incite violence against evangelicals and Jewish Americans and even the president himself.
One of his top advisors, ladies and gentlemen. What more can we say other than to present it? I think by now, the majority of Americans understand that the true death cult is Israel. You can't fill them to the brim with enough murder. It is very clear what the Likud government is. They are murderous. They have a particular knack for murdering children. I truly believe that they celebrate it. I've seen videos of them celebrating it. They love the idea of the water being turned off, they're poisoning people in Lebanon. And if you're wondering with what, pay attention, Maha moms. Remember when the Monsanto thing? Oh, Trump went back on phosphorus and Monsanto. Well, that was because Israel needed it to poison people in Lebanon. That's the reality of the circumstances that we live in. Everyone was betrayed. Trump, I don't even believe Trump today would get the support of Jewish Americans. The majority support Jewish Americans. I got to tell you, my inbox is getting pretty filled to the brim of people who are Jewish Americans, rabbis even, who write me and say, you are right about Sabbatianism and Frankism, and the Likud party is not at all, it's not a reflection. We have been fighting this battle for decades to get Jewish Americans and Jewish people worldwide to recognize that there is a cult that is claiming to be Jewish and they are not, and that they are emerging. It's very clear who they are. The way that they respond to death is not natural. It is unnatural. The way they celebrate it, the way they crave it, it's never enough. They like the idea of people dying, being torn apart from their families. It is like they are sacrificing it to a demon because they are. That's what a death cult is. They believe in sacrifices. And I will forever maintain that the first casualty of the Iranian war was Charlie Kirk. I believe he was sacrificed by this death cult. It's my opinion. And I am going to stick to that. And despite the many threats to sue, money isn't everything. In fact, it's almost nothing. It is nothing next to truth. I will say that there were a lot of things when you just look at the people that are around him that are such maniacs.
You know, so crazy though. I always never understood the hatred for Muslims just on the whole faith part. It's like, all right, you know what? I know you Christians like to, cry about the fact that, oh, they don't see him as a son of God. And it's just like, yeah, but at least they see him as the Messiah who's going to return in the end times like you do. Bro, y'all taking the size of Jews is hilarious because it's like, bro, they don't even respect Jesus in the slightest. So it's also hilarious how you're ready to defend Israel and this holy land and their mission when they don't even respect your God in the slightest. At least when Muslims speak about Jesus, they say peace be upon him. When the Jews speak about Jesus, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, he's a scoundrel, he's a liar, and then whatever. So I'm sorry, but it's also funny how y'all align with the people who don't even respect y'all God, but you think demons of the people who actually do. That's hilarious, by the way.
That were very memeable. I think people were just saying, this is the end of MAGA. MAGA is dead. It had me feeling a little bit like Charlie Kirk. I was like, like Erica Kirk, MAGA is dead. It's over. Not to be morbid. What are the merch sales? Where are the merch sales? We need merch. MAGA is dead. It's over. We do have some great merch right now. That's up on the website. I'll show you guys some of that.
Ah, crap.
Of course, the nut jobs and troublemakers. We are third-rate podcasters. We are happy. But this is my new favorite. We dropped this. This is the new. It actually says.
All right, guys, let's move past this. All right, make sure you double tap the screen and like the video. I know I pissed some of y'all off, but you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Make sure to double tap that screen. If you have any question, comment, jokes, or disagreements.